This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It's happening again. More snow and more cancellations and postponements to tell you about. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Ken Kara and you're watching us in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in SD on Channel 13. With the Samsung Productions app, you can stream us on your TV with Apple TV and Google Chromecast. And we start with headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Well, it's hard to believe that this is the first full day of spring. Many schools were closed and plow trucks were out again in full force thanks to this latest storm. PennDOT temporarily reduced the speed limit on I-81 and I-80 in Luzerne County to 45 miles per hour. It also imposed restrictions on tractor trailers and RVs. For the latest on the roads, go to 511pa.com or download the free app. Lehigh Valley Health Network tells us that services at the health center at Mountaintop closed at 2:30 p.m. along with the physician practice today. The Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton will be closing at 5:30 p.m. today. Now, due to the storm, the PIAA decided to move many playoff basketball games, including the boys 6A semifinals. So Hazleton area's game against Lincoln will be played on Saturday now at 1 p.m. at Bethlehem Freedom High School. The PIAA is also pushing its state championship games to next week. So if the Cougars win on Saturday, they will play next Wednesday at 8 p.m. at the Giant Center in Hershey. In other news, charges have been filed against a juvenile in connection with an incident last Thursday at Wyoming Area High School, and the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office is investigating the circumstances surrounding the report of threatening messages found at that school that day. In a press release, DA Stephanie Salavantis says the messages were found around 8:15 a.m. and resulted in a lockdown of students and staff for over 5 hours. However, the DA's office was not notified until almost noon. She says that the investigation includes false information released by a local emergency responder social media site that was the cause of exacerbated alarm for both parents, students, and employees of the district. The DA says, quote, "We have been seeing a small portion of students that both talk and perform these acts as a prank. Our office and all of Luzerne County law enforcement handle every one of these incidents as criminal acts. We will be seeking any and all appropriate penalties allowable by law," unquote. Just yesterday, a 17-year-old male student shot 2 other students before he was shot and killed by a school resource officer at a school in Maryland. Meanwhile, this Saturday, students and families will take part in the March for Our Lives, a nationwide protest against gun violence. Can-Do has purchased a new industrial building and it's looking for a new tenant to fill it. The area's Industrial Development Corporation purchased the 103,000 square foot building in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Can-Do bought the building at 500 Oak Ridge Road from First Quality Nonwovens. Prior to the purchase, Can-Do's rental properties were 100% occupied. Can-Do President and CEO Kevin O'Donnell says that by acquiring existing buildings, they have available rental space for companies looking for a site where they can locate quickly. Just a reminder for anyone looking for a new job or career, the 22nd annual Greater Hazleton Job Fair takes place tomorrow. Over 50 employers are expected to be on hand with full and part-time positions, along with internships and summer jobs. Bring your resume and come prepared for an interview. It takes place tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. at Genetti's on Route 309 in Hazel Township. The winter weather has taken its toll on blood donations for the American Red Cross, but you can help by rolling up your sleeve at a blood drive this week at the Laurel Mall. The mall will host the American Red Cross Bloodmobile this Friday from 1:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to redcross.org. Meanwhile, this Saturday, the mall will be filled with the sound of music. Mall property manager Rocco Aruzzo explains.
This is our second year that we're doing this. When the schools contacted me, March is what's called Music in Our Schools Month. So we bring the Hazleton Area School District and other area students in for that day. We do one day, that's all they can really do. So they come in on the 24th of March. We'll have the high school, the junior high, we'll have the band, the jazz band, the chorus comes. We have the Melfi School Music coming with his students, Danny with his students. So it's an all-day event, music at the Laurel Mall. We don't have to turn the music on. We can keep the music off in the mall for that day. But it's a lot of fun, and the kids enjoy it. It's so good, and as you know, I'm involved with music, and I love it. So that day for me is a special day also, and it's a special day for the Laurel Mall and the kids. from the, getting involved with the music. It's great to stay involved with the arts.
What's the reaction from the people who pass by and see all these great entertainers?
It's funny you ask that because, it's funny when they look at the kids and you have of course, the band director and the choral director and that here, but not only do the parents and the grandparents, and the aunts and the uncles show up, but as the shoppers are passing, believe it or not, they stop, they sit, and they listen. And that's the best part because they say, wow, we didn't realize they could do this or play that instrument. So believe me, it's a lot of fun and it's enjoyable to see.
And Aruzo invites you to stop by to hear the many talented local students perform this Saturday at the Laurel Mall. Well, it's difficult to think about gardening with today's blanket of white, but preparations are getting underway at one local community garden. Lisa Sugart explains how you can get involved.
Well, today we are trying to think spring and summer. We are talking about the Butler Township Community Garden, and they are getting ready for a sensational season. Krista Schneider is a board member with the Community Garden. Krista, I guess let's start with, for anybody who's not familiar with the organization, give them a little synopsis about what this garden is all about.
Yeah, we founded the garden back in 2009. So we're in our ninth year now. It's grown to 1.5 acres. We have 90 plots that are available for rent. So it's for anybody who really likes to garden, who doesn't have either the land or their yard's not fenced in and they get, the deer eat their crops, or they just, they have too much shade, whatever. They just want to, have somebody else to kind of share their skills with. So it's a place for kids, it's a place for adults. We have raised beds for the elderly. We have several demonstration gardens. We have a whole bunch of things. It's a really great place. But we're getting ready for the season and we're accepting new registrations for rentals over the summer.
So if anybody out there wants to become one of the people who participate in the community garden, you can do it. Where is it located so they all know?
It's located in Freedom Park in Drums, right behind the Valley East Little League field. So we've, and it's all fenced in, so it has a nice high deer fence, and we have a rabbit fence too, so it limits the little critters from getting in.
We were down there last year, really nice, and you guys do a great job. So you're also looking for a market garden manager. So tell us what that's all about.
So we have a 1/4 acre of the garden, it's in the corner, that we dedicate to growing food to sell. And every year we hire or contract with somebody who on their own wants to grow food to sell. So we either run it so that they sell shares of the garden. So last year I think we had 15 shares. So anybody who wants a share of the garden could purchase it. It's all organic. And whatever's harvested that particular week is what they get a little box with all the produce and flowers and stuff. So the person who runs that does it as a side business. And they could also sell up here at the downtown Hazleton Farmers Market. So it's an opportunity for somebody to not only learn about the business of organic gardening or farming at a small scale, but it also gives them a chance to make some extra money. So we're looking to hire somebody, not hire, it's really an independent contractor position, but for somebody who's interested to run that operation this summer.
Very good, so you're growing.
Yeah.
And lastly, you're looking for, this is a great opportunity for college students,
Yeah.
You're looking for an intern.
Yeah, we've had interns in the past. This is a paid internship. We even could offer college credit. So if somebody has a college faculty advisor they want to talk to, maybe they could get some college credit for helping out in the garden this summer. The intern would deal with all the things that we do in the garden, not only growing and managing the garden produce for the market garden, helping with that program, but dealing with some of the demonstration gardens, working helping out different areas of the garden, different demonstration gardens, and just helping people out.
All righty. Sounds great. So for all of these things, if you're interested in registration to be a new renter, or if you're interested in the market garden manager position or the intern position, how do they contact you?
They could call me at 570-578-5903.
All right, good things happening at the Butler Township Community Garden. Give Krista a call and get involved. You'll certainly be glad you did.
Thank you, Lisa. And a reminder to everyone that our SSPTV programming is available tonight and every Wednesday from 6:30 until 8 p.m. on our high-definition channel, 513. You can also watch a rebroadcast of SSPTV News tonight at 8 p.m. on both channels, Channel 13 and HD 513. Coming up, the crew from the show Wild 'Bout Huntin' has some off-season tree stand safety tips. And in sports, we wrap up the Schuylkill County State Championship road trip with Reggie Crawford from North Schuylkill. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Our friends from Wild 'Bout Huntin' are back in our studios and back out of the woods, and they're here safely. Dennis Gantz, the producer and host of the show, and Wally Boyle, who is a team member of the Wild 'Bout Huntin' crew. They're getting ready for their premiere, but before we even get to that, they're talking about end-of-season tree stand care. I'm not a hunter, but I would think this is very important because if you're in a tree stand and it's kind of not in good shape after the year, you might fall.
Yeah, it definitely is. We're a far way from the days when we were growing up and we built tree stands and hung them. It's just not something to do. There's so many different types of brands as tree stands out there today that last so much longer than the wood and the nails and that, but you still want to take care of them. You still want to put the time in to do end of season maintenance. We leave them out all year long, and they sit through all kinds of weather and they can resist it, but we still got to be able to check them and make sure they're safe for the next season because we spend a lot of money on that equipment.
Absolutely. So what kind of things do we check for?
Okay, well, a lot of guys will use hang-on tree stands or climbing sticks. So with a hang-on tree stand, what you're looking for is you want to check the cables. You want to make sure that they're not frayed, that the wires aren't, maybe a squirrel got up in there and decided, hey, I'm going to check this out and see how it tastes, You want to make sure those are the things that are going to fail on you first when you're climbing in and out of that stand. The other thing you're going to do is check all the bolts, the screws, things of that nature, because even though they're designed to be out there in that weather, maybe they bent, maybe they started to rust. So you want to check all of that and make sure it's okay. And it's really inexpensive to buy those replacement parts if you have to. Another thing is your seat cushions, that they're comfortable to sit all day long, but the squirrels and the critters like them too. So you want to bring those in so they don't become somebody else's cushion.
They did a number on my patio furniture one year in my garage, so I totally know what you're talking about. Safety is really important. Like, you're worrying about the safety of shooting the gun and going out there with that, but this is a different kind of safety. You have to be prepared the right way, or you could seriously get injured.
Right, and I mean, you're looking at people, I'm not a small person, and with them being out there, our weight being on there all day long, if we're out there for the all-day hunt, that wears on everything as well. And just like our cars rot with the metal and everything else, they're the things that we need to also be looking for. Is there any type of stress cracks or anything like that? Even with ladder stands that most people leave out all year long, you need to make sure that they're not rusting out and getting those stress areas. And another thing, when you're up there getting these down, just because it's not hunting season, make sure you're wearing your safety harness, because accidents can still happen now with doing this. So putting on that safety harness to make sure you're safe climbing that tree is also very important.
You've been out in the hunting woods quite a bit, so we have a new season of Wild 'Bout Huntin' starting in April already.
Yeah, new premiere starting April 2nd here right on SSPTV.
So good things. We're not going to give it away yet because you're coming back to talk about it.
Absolutely.
All right, so you always want to stay tuned to these guys. If they want more information about you, where are they going?
They can check us out on the website or Facebook.
All righty. The team from Wild 'Bout Huntin' and the series returns on April 2nd.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Run out of things to say about the snow, so let's get to our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight we do have a chance of snow, 80% chance of snow, so expect it. We will see around 2 inches of accumulation and a low of 24 degrees. And then on Thursday, mostly cloudy skies with a high in the mid-30s, very windy with wind gusts as high as 31 miles per hour. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, low of 23 degrees, wind gusts as high as 26 miles per hour. On Friday, a partly sunny day with a high near 36, 20% chance chance of some snow showers after 9 a.m. Friday night. 20% chance of snow showers before 9 p.m. Partly cloudy, low of 20 degrees. Saturday is mostly sunny with a high in the upper 30s. At night, partly cloudy, low of 22 degrees. Sunday, partly sunny, high of 38. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low of 23 degrees. Well, vendors are needed for an upcoming craft fair at the Hazleton YWCA. The craft fair will take place on April 14th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Vendors must submit a $15 fee and a $25 gift basket donation. Vendors are accepted on a first-come, first-served basis, and due to space availability, only one vendor of each type of product sold will be selected. For more information, call the Y at 570-455-2046. Sports is coming up. We're going to wrap up our Schuylkill County State Championship road trip. But before we get there, here's your midday winning lottery numbers on the green screen. Pick 2, 7, 6. Your pick 3 numbers here on SSPTV News. And the wild number today was the number 8. For full lottery, you can go to palottery.com. We'll be back with sports after this.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Second stop on our Schuylkill County State Championship road trip. I'm showing you my Sour Patch Kids. Danny Berlitz, man, was telling me that this is what he was eating for lunch today. So it got me in the mood. Sour Patch Kid. I took you out of lunch as well. Thank you. Please enjoy and try the Choo Choo. This is Reggie Crawford, by the way. State champion in the 50 freestyle, AA swimming. Reggie, what a race. And I mean, you were so close last year. What did you learn last year, your sophomore season? You said your freshman year, you came in close to last. So what do you learn from freshman year and then go to sophomore year and then finally this year to put it all together?
It just gives me more experience. I'm not as nervous going into the races, knowing that I have experience in the races.
Now you're in your baseball stuff. You're actually getting ready to go to a baseball scrimmage. You're doing baseball, you're doing swimming. Do you do any other sports?
No, I used to do basketball. I used to play basketball. I used to play soccer too, but I just dropped those sports.
When did you realize swimming? Like, hey, I should maybe stick with this. This is something I'm good at. I need to focus my time on this.
Well, I was all right when I was younger, but then I ended up quitting. Then I came back my freshman year, and I'm glad I did come back because it's fun.
All right, well, let's take it. It's a crazy race, the 50-yard freestyle. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to go through the championship race. What was the time? I mean, what was your time? It was a state record.
It was a 20:45.
All right, so that's very fast. If you can, take us through. I guess you could take us through almost every moment. I mean, just take us through the race.
All right, so I had to make sure I was staying loose when I was behind the block. I just tried to clear my mind and mainly focus on the race itself. I was just trying to vision the race like the night before, like previous nights before. I just had to make sure when I got on the block I wasn't twitching or anything. Didn't want a false start. I was just mainly listening for the buzzer to go off because I just wanted to have a quick, strong start. I had to make sure I had quick underwaters, quick fast ones. I had to get on top of the water, go out fast and strong. And to make sure I didn't take a breath on the first lap, I wanted to save a breath for my second lap. So I didn't take a breath the first lap. I wanted to get my feet on the wall as fast as I can. I wanted to get them on first. I wanted to make sure I got off the wall first, which I did. And I saw that I was coming up ahead of him, so I was happy about that. I just had to spin my arms. I think I took one breath, and then I had to focus on the finish, make sure I didn't slow my arms down like I did the prelim race. I slowed my arms down on the finish, so I had to make sure I kept them going fast, so I finished hard and strong.
Now we talked about, you said in the preliminary race where you finished second, it was the turn. When you hit that turn, did you feel like, oh, I nailed it this time, like something?
Yeah. I got a strong turn on that one, so I was happy about that.
So Danny told me he was having Sour Patch Kids for lunch. I also pulled you out of lunch. I'm sorry. What are you going to sit down and have?
I'm going to have pizza. I have pizza every day.
Okay, so pizza every day?
Mm-hmm. I have buffalo chicken pizza every day.
From here, or like you bring it in?
Yeah, from here.
Okay, and it's pretty good in the school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good.
So Reggie, ended a great high school season. Obviously, you got baseball now for high school, but you're not done swimming. I mean, there's other things coming up for you in the pool, and you said this weekend even.
Still more. I have YMCA States, and then in a few weeks I have YMCA Nationals.
Are you excited for next season? Like when you have this much success, are you like, oh man, I can't wait till next winter?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun.
So one more year here at North Schuylkill High School. I had to ask you, I'm wrapping things up. I've had a long day. I'm exhausted. Lots of athletic success in our area, which is great. Where should I stop to get some lunch on my way home in the area here of Fountain Springs and Acton?
I always like stopping at Anthony's.
Where is it?
It's in Frackville.
Okay.
I love the cheesesteaks. I always get a cheesesteak.
So what should I get?
I would recommend a cheesesteak.
What do you get on it? What should I do?
I just get a plain cheesesteak and fries.
I'm going to take Reggie at his word here. Hey, man, good luck with everything else you're doing, and we appreciate your time. He's got a busy schedule. Thank you. So I want to thank Reggie Crawford, state champion in the AA 50-yard freestyle, and Danny Burlett, state champion in the 200 IM for their time. And if I learned anything from the shoot today and our little trip, the Schuylkill County State Championship road trip, it's that if I eat these Sour Patch Kids here, which is what Danny had for lunch, and this cheesesteak from Anthony's, which Reggie told me to get, I should win a state championship in something. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Let's try that. Tastes like a state championship. Take it easy. And Crawford and Danny Burlett still have one more year to compete at the high school level, so maybe we'll be taking another road trip next year. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins lost in overtime to Toronto on the road on Tuesday. They'll visit Utica on Friday and Binghamton on Saturday before coming home to take on Bridgeport on Sunday. The Penguins are in second place in the AHL's Atlantic Division with just under a month left in the season. Well, that's sports for Wednesday. Let's move on to our social news.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. The American Cancer Society will be having their Chinese auction on Sunday, March 25th at Lakeside Ballrooms on Route 54 in Barnesville. Doors open at 11:30 a.m. and the auction drawing begins at 2:30 p.m. And that's today's talk of the town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Wesley Beck of West Hazelton. The Turnbach Funeral Home in Hazelton will announce their arrangements. Stella Domsky of Drums. Mass is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. at Our Lady of Grace Church at Queen of Heaven Parish in Hazelton. Friends may call Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Fierro Funeral Home in Drums. Emma Cushmeter of Lima, Pennsylvania. Mass is Thursday at 11 a.m. at St. John's Vianney Church in Gladwin. Arrangements are by the Harding and Hagen Funeral Home in Media. Evelyn M. Martonic of Hazelton. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. at Church of St. Joseph in Hazelton. Friends may call Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home in Hazelton. Mary Ann Petoskey of Maine Township, the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums, will announce their arrangements. And Bonnie L. Quinn of Whitehaven. A memorial service will be held Saturday at 1 p.m. at Mountain View Community Church in Whitehaven. The Lehman Family Funeral Home in Whitehaven is in charge of the arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers! If you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Gerald Arcanic of Hazelton. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
Tomorrow on SSPTV News, Dave Seaman is here to preview the big Cougar playoff basketball game. I'll see you then. Take it easy, everybody.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.